Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into our 47th installment of the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist.
47 of just quick clips.
Of just quick clips.
We got a lot of stuff up now.
Yeah, we've got a lot of.
How many people got on YouTube now?
I don't know. It's over. It's definitely over 1,000. I know it hit over 1,000. Lately it's been slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, they're probably again throttling us.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear this stuff?
Right.
Right.
Right. It's because I haven't. They were enjoying the stupid videos I was posting of me driving. That was what was getting the most views. I stopped posting those, and the views went down.
1,093.
All right.
We lost 5 in the last 28 days.
Oh no.
So we ticked some people off.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's okay.
Well, it happens.
They wouldn't last long anyway.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So today, in wake of the recent school shooting, or not, I'm sorry, school shooting. No, the BlackRock building shooter.
Oh, the NFL building. Which
I think it was owned. I want to say it was owned by, like, the building's owned by BlackRock.
Well, maybe. I know their offices are there. Is it that one owned also by them?
I don't know. See, I haven't followed this very closely today because I know this is just kind of like more and more stuff's coming out today, and I've been slammed. Yeah. But anyway, I know he was a football player. CNN initially said it was they thought it was a white guy, and then turns out it wasn't, which is irrelevant either way. But it was kind of funny.
Here's the picture right there.
Yeah.
So that's the picture they had on the. I think that's the picture they had up on the screen when the guy was talking about. I think it was a white guy.
Yeah. With the fro.
His brain will be tested
for CTE. Yeah, CTE is a real problem with football. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. You can only make football so safe without going to flag football. What can you really do to protect people? Much. Unfortunately, it's just that's part of the game.
It is. They've done a lot since the 70s and 80s.
They have.
The helmet technology and all has gotten so much better. But it's grown men built like rocks, just hitting each other at 15 miles an hour, 20 miles. I mean, it's
head to head.
So the thing is, okay, you can get rid of all the violence in it, but then who's going to be filling the stands for it?
Right. Yeah.
It's just like Rome, where we're watching the gladiators.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Same thing with like the UFC fights I watch and stuff all the time. It's like that's what they sign up for. It sucks. They get concussed all the time, and they have long-term effects from it. But that's the game that they want to play, and
the price you pay for the
fame and money.
It's life quality. I mean, you get all that money up front, you get to live a good life for a while, but then it catches up with you.
That's why you have a lot of NFL players that'll play like 4 or 5 years, make a good bit of money, and before they get to that point where they're deteriorating, they get out. Which I don't blame them.
I don't either.
I think I'd be in and out pretty quick, get my retirement, and get out of there.
Unfortunately, some of them trust the wrong people with their money, so they have to keep playing because they end up farther behind than they were when they started. Yeah,
it's amazing that so many people, NFL players and just athletes go bankrupt because of just poor money mismanagement, whether they have family and friends that are just trying to get money off of them, or they just have bad financial advice. It's crazy how frequent that happens.
Scams. Because people try to scam them as soon as they start getting in. Of course, I guess it's in college now with the NIL.
Yeah, which I heard they might be trying to put a salary cap on the college because it's kind of running. It's running free.
I know we mentioned this before. What does it tell you about a college degree these days? Used to be you go to college on a scholarship because you're getting a college degree.
Yeah,
and that was the pay for that, and it was worth something. And now it don't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah, now they'll just now they'll just pay you $8 million to come be a running back.
Yeah, exactly.
No, don't need a degree.
Degree doesn't matter anymore.
The degree doesn't matter. Just get us that trophy.
Oh well.
Well, listen, you're a part of the college.
And I'm thinking every semester I'll get fired because the first thing I ask students, first week I ask students, so why are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, we want to make money. Oh, do you really want to make money? Because this is not where to make it at, especially in economics class. It's no rich economist.
Yeah, I don't know, but I guess I know what we planned on talking about was basically, the amount of mental health problems because there's a lot of shootings, whether they're school shootings or just It just seems like violence in our country is on this incline, and it's like what has changed since like the 80s to now that the violence is just rampant.
So your perspective from a 30-something-year-old, what do you think's changed? You were born in, I hate to say it, 1992, so you weren't even around for the 80s.
Right.
So in your perspective, what you see, what do you think has changed in the last 40 years?
I would say I think social media and our just the internet in general, I think it creates a lot of mental health issues. People can compare themselves to other people. I feel like, before you wanted to get you either out of the house doing something, or if you wanted to be inside doing something, you didn't really you have to talk on the phone or whatever. You didn't have texting and Facebook and MySpace before Facebook and all this other stuff where you could just stay preoccupied and live behind a computer. And I think that contributes to a lot of mental health problems, which can turn people violent. I don't know. Some people say violent video games, play into that. Maybe like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty and these games. Maybe that contributes a little bit. I don't know. I've played all those games, and it doesn't make me want to go out and steal a car and shoot 3 people.
But the guy at Sandy Hook, though, one of the things he said in his little thing was he was trying to get points. The more people he killed, the more points he got.
Right, which I'm not saying it doesn't.
For some people, yes. For some people, it doesn't affect. So just like alcohol, some people could drink alcohol every day and never become an alcoholic.
Right.
It never controls their life, and then some people drink once a week and they're alcoholics.
Right.
Because it does control their life. It's just everybody's different.
Yeah, I agree. And I think another thing is
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you.
When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit bobbyclary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right. So we have it so good in America compared to a lot of other places. I think people kind of don't see it from that perspective sometimes, and they just think, "Oh, my life's bad, whatever," and they don't see like real issues. I'm not saying people don't have real issues in the United States, but if you go to some of these poor countries and see what people actually live like, I think it would put stuff in perspective. And people, I think, just you got mental health problems. I think prescribing all these kids Adderall and Xanax and all these opioids and all these pills that the kids are on. I mean, they're starting them on Adderall now. And you're basically putting them on meth at a young age, and I think that contributes long-term effects on the brain. And I just think that we're, as far as the pharmaceutical company and the social media and everything combined, I think that's the big contributor to the violence we're having, because there's not more guns now, I don't think, than there were in the 80s and 90s. I'm sure there was
at least
still,
not percentage-wise to people.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they're just as readily, they're probably harder to get now than they were in the 80s.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I can't speak for other parts of the country, but here in the South, in the 80s, I mean, you walk in any house, and guns just sitting in every corner.
Yeah.
Loaded with something in the chamber.
Right.
You might have a deer walk out back, You need venison for the
right.
for the foreseeable future. Things were just different back there. You just knew you don't touch them.
Yeah.
You don't play with them.
Yeah. So if guns are harder to get now than they were then you can't contribute the access to guns for more violence, so it's got to be something else. And I think it's a real big mental health issue. I mean, I see people on Facebook all the time posting like about their mental health issues, or just like putting too much information on Facebook, like wanting sympathy and stuff. And I think we're just there's a lot of people with that mindset, and I don't know if they self-treat or they just think that, let me just go take some drugs and talk to the therapist or whatever they do. I think you got a lot of people that are unhealthy. That contributes to a lot of mental health, which can lead down worse paths. Because we're probably one of the sickest countries in the world for when you compare it to how much money we have. Because usually, you look at most countries and there's a direct correlation between sickness and poverty. Mm-hmm. And ours, we have one of the richest countries in the world with one of the highest sickness rates and hospitalizations. And you have to wonder why. And it's because we're just so unhealthy as a nation because people just let themselves go. And I think that, especially, when you're a kid and you're supposed to be out, because when I was growing up, my dad would make me go outside. I had to play with my friends. Like, he wouldn't let me come back inside for a while. He'd wake me up in the morning, like, go outside. I'd have chores to do. Then I'd be playing with my friends. I wasn't just sitting behind a computer, like, on Facebook and looking at memes and, scrolling TikTok and just letting my brain go to mush. And I think all that stuff really contributes to mental health problems, which just, you take the wrong person and give them a couple mental health problems and all of a sudden they go off the rails. Yeah. And I think that's where we're at now. And I don't know how you reverse that now because
I don't either. It's hard to look at society the way it is. And I think you hit the nail on the head. And a lot of those things, it's the lifestyles we live in our society. The one about not understanding, to me, it's not understanding the survival mode. I mean, you go back 100 years in this country, and we still had most of the population in survival mode, trying to get through the day, get enough resources to feed themselves, have something over their head. I mean, because we're talking the 1920s, a lot of the country was still, a lot of places didn't have running water. Yeah, they didn't have plumbing inside. No AC. I mean, those type things. And people will say, well, it's hotter than it was back then. No, it's not. I was listening to some younger people today at school, and they're like, oh, this must be the hottest time it's ever been. I was like, nah, not even close. I remember I moved to Columbia in 1992, and July of 93, there was 21 days over 100 degrees. And that was back in 93. Yeah. When we were going into global, I guess that was global warming by that time. It just come out of global cooling. So it's all a perspective. Yeah. Not understanding history, not understanding what it means to survive, and we're just too pampered at this point.
Yeah, everything. You got everything at your fingertips. If I want, I don't even have to go to the grocery store anymore. I can use Instacart and have a grocery store. I don't have to go to dinner. I can have Uber Eats deliver me Jersey Mike's, and they'll drop it at my front door. And I don't have to talk to people.
Something popped up for free Uber delivery, so I went on and looked at that. I don't see people pay for that. I just cannot imagine paying that much for a small meal.
Yeah, because it adds probably $10 or $12 to your meal. Yeah, plus tip,
which is already 15 or 20.
Right.
So no.
Yeah, you're basically paying double for the same food.
Once I saw that, I said, "Well, what is Domino's charging?" I hadn't ordered Domino's, and I don't know when. Yeah. And it's like $5.60 delivery charge, which is not the tip. Right. That's just the delivery charge.
Right. That goes.
Which I don't understand because they're not delivering it.
It's just a way to add more money to the bottom line and keep the shareholders happy.
I guess. Yeah. That old evil capitalism.
Evil capitalism.
You've heard me talk about Carol Roth before. Mm-hmm. She wrote "You'll Own Nothing," a book. Own nothing, be happy. And she just did a video for PragerU called "Risk and Reward." Okay. She did a great job with it. It's only like 5 minutes long. If you don't understand why we have capitalism, why it's such a good thing, just go watch that 5 minutes. It'll give you a different perspective.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how many people hate on capitalism. But it looks like New York's about to move straight into socialism. Though. Oh yeah, we're really. Oh,
that needs to be our next one. So write that down. 48 is going to be on the coming socialist society, because we need to talk about that more. Yeah. For this one though, I really think most of our problem, it's not just gun violence, but you look across the spectrum, and everything going on with all the identity crisis and all the other things happening. I really go back to mental issues, and maybe not even mental problems as much as just our brain's not processing life the way it should. Right. And we have devalued life so much, it's just no big deal now. I mean, Canada literally is suggesting euthanasia for people who are depressed. I mean, that's just, once you have devalued human life so much, and through abortion and through everything else, what's left?
Yeah, and then I was listening to, I think it was Tucker's podcast today, and there was a lady on there, and she's actually liberal. Her name's Anna something. I can't think of what her last name is right now. I'm drawing a blank. But she was on his podcast yesterday or the day before, and she lives out in L.A., and she was even talking about like how there will just be like dead homeless people on the side of the street, and people just step over them. We're so desensitized to.
Really? Where was this at?
This, she says, like California, and places in California, and she's liberal, and she was on Tucker's podcast, and she was talking about how bad California's got under Newsom, Which he was on the Sean Ryan show the other day, and he butchered it. He's just like a reptilian the way he acts, and it's so very like snake oil salesman, just like very just. I feel like I need a shower after I'm done listening to him, But yeah, it's anyway, yeah. So she was saying that, but she was saying that like how everybody's so desensitized, and it's hard to like California doesn't even want to help the homeless people now because they're just like, oh, just let them do their drugs, let them do what they want to do. They've overcorrected because they don't want you to like bash the homeless. So it's like, oh, just let them do their drugs out in the street. Let them. Don't hate on. She said, what was it that she said? Not unhomed people or something. You shouldn't like unhomed people are saying you shouldn't bother the unhomed people. Yeah, it's crazy like what they justify out there to like just let people die on the streets. Like and they act like they're doing them a favor like by just letting them.
Do you recognize the name Dr. Kevorkian?
I remember. Yeah, he did the euthanasia, the assisted suicide.
Jail for it, and now it's legal in how many states? 18, 19?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody like agrees that they want to be euthanized. I mean, I don't know that. Like, who am I to? I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, and I wouldn't want my. If somebody got to that point where they felt they needed to do that, I would first try to say, hey, let's talk about a couple alternatives first. But I don't know if they get. I don't know that he should have necessarily, unless he was like trying to just get money from people and he was convincing them to do it. That's different. But I don't know, like if people want to end their lives. Want
doctors in that position?
I'd rather them do it than somebody than walk in my house and my cousin's got his head blown off. If they're going to do it anyway.
There's another one we need to have a discussion about. This one I guess we're going to disagree on. So we hadn't had one of those in a while.
Well, let's talk about it on we'll do one of the episodes about euthanasia and thoughts about legalizing it, or talk just about the whole concept behind it.
Because that's definitely, once you go down that path, I don't think there's ever coming back, and that's what the path went down.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And I know there was one girl who was celebrated because she had terminal cancer. And they celebrated her decision to end her own life, and it makes my skin.
I'm not saying it should be celebrated.
Oh, these people on social media, they were celebrating.
Celebrating death is just not is weird in general. That's a weird thing to do. But
so should we? What was you said next one's going to be? You wrote down a note, but I can't read it.
Oh, I just wrote down number 48. I didn't write down a note at all. That was me writing 48 with my left
Socialism
hand.
coming.
Yeah, socialism coming.
And then we'll get to euthanasia after that one. Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments. They can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwesc@gmail.com. That's coachwesc@gmail.com.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872. Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at DollarsCentsGS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.